Oh, here we go. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna wait another 3 minutes and I'll get started. One more minute, we'll start. Alright, cool. So, hello and welcome to Politics of Deception channel. I am eager to inform you about the critical issues unfolding across several states regarding voter purging as we approach the 2024 election. With numerous states implementing aggressive measures to manage voter rolls, the conversation about voter access and election integrity is more urgent than ever. In this video, we'll explore the motivations behind these purges, their implications for minority communities, and the legal challenges emerging in response. So let's dive right into it. I think I'm gonna start with some of the vocabulary on some of these political terms, in case some of you might have heard and don't know exactly what these term means. But if you have, Just bear with me. So, voter voter purge. The voter purge is the process of removing inactive or ineligible individuals from voter rolls. This term is critical for understanding the methods states use to maintain accurate voting lists and other controversies surrounding these methods. So, number two is the voter challenge, a procedure where individuals question the eligibility of registered voters. This term highlights the potential conflicts and disputes that arise over who has the right to vote. Number three, voter suppression. Tactics or policies that disproportionately restrict voter access for certain groups, particularly minorities. This concept is central to the debate about fairness of election practices. Election integrity refers to the measures taken to ensure that elections are conducted fairly and that not only eligible voters can participate. This term is often used to justify various voter management practices. Naturalized citizen, an immigrant who has become a citizen through the legal process. Understanding this term is important as many voter verification processes disproportionately affect naturalized citizens. Disenfranchisement, the loss of the right to vote, often as a result of voter purging or challenges. This term encapsulates the risks involved in aggressive voter or roll maintenance practices. National Voter Registration Act, the federal law designed to protect voter registration and access. Familiarity with this law helps contextualize the legal framework governing voter purges and challenges. Electoral roll. This official list of registered voters. The official list of registered voters. Understanding this concept is essential as it directly relates to the impact of voter purging. Registration requirements. The criteria that must be met for individuals to register to vote. This term is relevant for discussions about barriers to vote. So, legal challenges refers to lawsuits aimed to contesting the legality of voter purges or verification process. This term underscores the ongoing disputes surrounding voting rights and access. All right, so those were the basic top 10 terms that I have. So I've been hearing throughout several states about these purging and suppression and challenge, and I'm like, what is going on? And there's been lawsuits going back and forth, and it just and people finding ballots on sewer drains. People are going to register and their names are already being used. Their names are already being listed. That those names have already been counted as they have been registered. So there's a whole bunch of issues going on. So that's why I decided to make this video and have you guys be a little bit more aware of what's going on in our country. So as the 2024 US elections approach, a growing number of states have initiated steps to manage voter rolls through purging, the process of removing inactive or ineligible voters, and additional verification process. While these measures aim to ensure the accuracy of voter lists, they have become highly politicized and controversial, both in their timing and application. Proponents argue that these actions are essential for maintaining election integrity and preventing potential voter fraud. However, critics, including civil rights groups, contend that these practices may suppress votes of minority communities, which statistically more like to support Democratic candidates. Motivations for voter purging. So, officials who support purges cite concerns about voter fraud. They argue that purging outdated voter rolls ensures only eligible voters can participate, thereby upholding the principle of one person, one vote. States like Texas and Georgia have used these arguments to justify their aggressive purging programs. Voter purging is a process where election officials remove inactive or ineligible individuals from the voter roll to maintain accurate lists. However, the timing and methods employed in the 2024 have stirred significant debate, especially regarding their impact on minority and neutralized citizen voters. So, case study in Virginia's recent purge. So this is what's going on now, and they're doing an investigation in Virginia. In Virginia, Governor Glenn Youngkin's executive order has led to a particularly controversial purge process. The governor ordered frequent updates to identify potential non-citizens on the voter rolls, using data from the Department of Motor Vehicle. Unfortunately, the DMV data is often outdated, failing to reflect changes in the citizenship status. This can result in eligible voters being incorrectly removed or required to provide additional proof of citizenship to restore their registration. So this is a big concern that that the Department of Motor Vehicle, they don't regularly update their system. Likewise, that on the registrar's office, they also don't update their lists as well. So people who have moved or who passed, they don't update that list, and people can double, triple vote on those people that have passed or moved and use those names. Civil rights concerns. Civil rights organizations argue that excuse me, argue that these purges disproportionately affect minorities communities. Naturalized citizens who often come from immigrant backgrounds are particularly targeted in citizenship verification programs, increasing the risk of disenfranchisement for voters of color. The Department of Justice has expressed concerns, arguing that purges based on outdated records can violate the National Voter Registration Act. Political and legal implications. This situation illustrates a broader political debate around voter purging. Some argue it ensures election integrity, while others view it as a tool for voter suppression. Critics warn that these purges can weaken public confidence in the electoral process, especially as election day approaches. The quiet period and legal challenges. The NVRA, which is the the National Voter Registration Act, so the National Voter, what did I say? The National Voter Registration Act enforces a quiet period within 90 days before a federal election, preventing states from conducting broader purges. States like Alabama have faced legal challenges for violating this provision by implementing aggressive purges just weeks before the election. Voter challenges and citizenship verification. States like Texas have intensified voter challenges procedures involving mass reviews of voter rolls to verify citizenship status. This strategy has raised significant debate, particularly as it may disproportionately impact Latino communities, deterring eligible voters and creating a climate of fear and uncertainty. Political implications and allegations of voter suppression. The contentious issue of voter roll purges has sparked a deep political divide. Voting rights groups view these measures as modern tactics of voter suppression, targeting minorities communities likely to support Democratic candidates. Critics argue that purges and verification efforts create barriers for eligible voters, further complicating the electoral landscape. While voter purging is a legal acceptable process aimed to maintain accurate voter lists, its current implementation highlights critical concerns about the data accuracy, timing, and the potential for disenfranchisement. The balance between securing elections and safeguarding voter access remains a contentious issue. As we approach the 2024 election, it is imperative that we continue to scrutinize these practices and advocate for fair access to the ballot box. So that's it. And that's pretty much what is going on these certain states. What do you think? Let me know below, comment section. What do you think? All right. So, what do you think about the states not updating these lists? Comment, subscribe, share will be much appreciated. See you soon, and good night.